The very first established death penalty laws date as far as the 18th century before Christ. And today, we live in the 21st century. But the death penalty is still going. According to a study led by the Michigan University law professor, at least 4% of people on the death row were innocent. That is 4 out of 100 persons whose murder is justified by a broken judicial system. To borrow Ivan Simonovic's words, I too simply believe that in the 21st century, a right to take someone's life is not a part of the social contract between citizens and the state anymore. I am giving this speech today to persuade you to sign my petition urging lawmakers to pass a law to stop the death penalty, to completely stop the death penalty in the United States of America and in the whole wide world. As a former janitor and in a correctional facility, I had a close encounter with death row inmates who, some of them were innocent, and they claim they're innocent and they stick to their innocence, and some of them who were not innocent confess their crime, but they live every day with the guilt in their hearts. When the news broke in 2013 that a bomb exploded at the Boston Marathon, I felt so angered that the word that came out of my mouth was, "Kill that guy." But after everything had settled down a couple of months later, I thought to myself, who am I to condemn somebody to death? Who am I to want to kill somebody? Who here has siblings? It's a rhetorical question. Who here has siblings and will show me that he or she will be okay with any government taking the life of his or her sibling for whatever reason? I will begin by discussing why sentencing to death is a problem. Then I will examine the reason why death penalty is still carried out in most of the states in the United States of America and in the world. And I will conclude by presenting a solution, that is passing a law that will urge lawmakers in the United States of America to abolish completely, for everybody present or pass on the death row, to abolish completely the death penalty. With our roadmap in place, we will begin with the problem. The death penalty is unconstitutional and violates the moral obligation of the judicial system. To begin, it's important to know that in the U.S., only 19 of the 50 states are non-death penalty states, while 31 of them still carrying on the death penalty. When Governor Martin O'Malley signed a bill outlawing capital punishment in the state of Maryland in 2013, he said he was putting an end to a policy that is proven not to work. But again, rhetorical question: do execution lower homicide rates? According to the DPIC, the death penalty, what's DPIC again? The Death Penalty something center. A report by the National Research Council stated that study claiming that the death penalty has a deterrent effect on murder rates are fundamentally flawed and should not be used when making policy decisions. A number of people are claimed to have been innocent victims of the death penalty. That is a serious problem because a mistake cannot be reversed if an innocent person is put to death. Kirk Noble stated that he is living proof that America's system of capital punishment is broken beyond repair. He is the first person in the United States to be exonerated from the capital conviction through DNA testing. And for some prisoners who have been executed, we may never know the truth of their innocence, but since 1973, more than 150 people have been released from death row with evidence of their innocence. Furthermore, the death penalty does not deter crime and cannot be administered without racial bias. The death penalty in the United States has been shown to fall disproportionately on people of color and people of limited means. And the death penalty costs 3 times as much as life without parole. Several studies and review arrived at the same conclusion, that it is more expensive to condemn a criminal to death than other methods used to discourage crime. According to Dallas Morning News, in Texas, a death penalty case costs an average of $2.3 million, about 3 times the cost of putting someone in prison in a single cell at the highest security level for 40 years. According to Urban Institute in Maryland, an average death penalty case resulting in a death sentence costs approximately $3 million. The eventual cost to Maryland taxpayers for a case pursued from 1978 to 1999 will be $186 million. Now that we know what the problem is, let's look at some causes. The only and most significant factor is the perception that by legally killing alleged criminals, others will see and fear for their life and they stop committing crime.